Hey guys, welcome back to the layout. It is me, Gavin, here from Gavin Favorite Productions and Pfeiffer Hobby Supply. Welcome back to the layout. I am so sorry for the lack of content and the lack of videos. It's just been really hectic lately. I am still in school. I'm a high school junior, if you guys didn't know that already. And junior year is really crammed packed full of just tests and stuff, especially during this last and final semester. But I have gotten around to do work on the layout, and that's what I'm here to show you guys. All the stuff that I've been working on. And honestly, if I'm being honest, I have no idea when the last time you saw this layout was, but I do want to show you guys just some of the stuff that I've been up to. So let's get into that. So I want to start off by talking about the layout that I modeled, or the railroad that I modeled on this layout. I'm gonna set you guys down in this somewhat semi-finished scene. So the ACT and this layout has been long desired by me. I've been dreaming about having a layout of my own for God knows how long. And I finally have it. Most of you guys know that I have a grandfather. He is amazing. And a grandmother. They are both amazing. And I wouldn't be able to do what I do today without them. So I just want to thank them for the opportunity that they gave me here, and just kind of being able to not follow my dreams, but you know, the same idea. So what we have here is the layout as it is currently. It's not too, it's very in its early stages. There's some scenery done, but the track work is not done. It's close, but not completely. But the first thing I want to talk about is the ACT. So the ACT is a railroad that my grandfather came up with back in, I want to say 1990, late 80s, early 90s. And it's based off the three cities that they lived in, I think, Albuquerque, Carnival, and then Tijeras. Those are all cities within 15-mile driving distance of each other. They're up in northern New Mexico. I'd say not northern, but central northern New Mexico. And that's where the name comes from. So the ACT has been modeled for about 30 years by my grandfather by now, and then I'm picking it up and doing sort of my gist on the layout, or on the idea for this layout. So the ACT bought this line from the Santa Fe. This is the Zia subdivision of the ACT. They bought this line from the Santa Fe in 1972 to expand their main line from Tijeras and Albuquerque all the way down into southern New Mexico and into Texas, well, El Paso. And on this line I model very heavy aggregate service, grain, cement, not very aggregate, but grain, aggregates, supplies, and stuff like that. And this line was purchased again by ACT from the Santa Fe, and to expand their main line to about 350 miles. And I model a 30-mile section of the main line between Hatch, New Mexico, and Las Cruces, New Mexico. So where we're at right now is Hatch, New Mexico. This is my take on it with some modeler's license. Obviously everything had to be kind of condensed, and I just wanted to put my own twist on this. There is a Y up in Rincon, which is about 2 miles from Hatch. So the Y is semi-accurate, and then all of this is again semi-accurate. There is two tracks that go through Hatch. One is very desolate and rarely used, like what I've modeled here. And then one is a semi-used mainline by the Southwestern Railroad, which is actually a railroad in Hatch. But in this timeline, it's the ACT. So the buildings that we have here is the Atomic Cafe by Downtown Deco, and then some not scratch built, but kit bash buildings that I've put together here to represent a building in Hatch. That's kind of a junkyard, kind of a warehouse. So yeah, And then over here is the ACT MOW depot, which is an old Santa Fe style depot, but they had repainted it and put the ACT on the side of the building on both sides, and now this serves as an MOW office for the ACT down here on this southwestern division. So as we come around, this is going to be an extension of Hatch, or it's still Hatch. So the road's gonna come off about there, go around, and then come up to this chili factory. This is not going to be there, this is just mock-ups. There's gonna be a chili processing and I guess processing plant here as an industry, and then we come around, and this is another section of the layout that I started to work on. Some of the backdrop is painted. I haven't done too much painting on the backdrop, as you can see, as it just ends. But here is a completely almost finished mountainside cliff area. The scenery on it is not too great. I haven't finished it. It's about 50% done, but it's a start. And then a lot of plaster work and some more stuff that I haven't finished yet. I mean, the entire backside hasn't been finished, but I have laid cork, and I know a lot of people question me, or will question me, about why I'm using cork. Well, it's to do what I did here. It's supposed to elevate the main line from sidings, even though I'm using Unitrack. It just gives it a more realistic look, and I know a lot of people will agree with me, but it just gives it a more realistic look to the track. So let's swing around here and I'll show you the other section that I've been working on. So as we come around the peninsula kind of wall, we come into a section in Dakota County where there's a grain elevator. There used to be a grain elevator in the area that I'm modeling way back, I think it was 1950s. They tore it down, and now it's just a plot of land. I mean, it's just a dirt lot. But I wanted to model it as if it wasn't, and this is a kit that I kit bashed again. This is the Walther's Prairie grain elevator and the Ricks, I believe it's a Ricks kit. This other grain silo, I guess you could call it. And this is a section that I recently started working on. I started laying down the siding for this area, and I had started building some of the buildings. And then I got kind of sidetracked, and it really, after I finished the building, it really kind of lay dormant here for a while. And I started working on another section that I really wanted to work on. So let's get over to that. So this is Coyote Rail Rebuilders. This is an industry and a servicing facility that I had originally thought of when I first started the layout. Something that I really wanted to do. The buildings are not, the main building isn't done, but I had enough finished here to kind of give you guys an idea. So Coyote Rail Rebuilders is a company that rebuilds locomotives for not just the ACT, but for many different companies and many different railroads. BNSF has a lot of the locomotives serviced and rebuilt here. And obviously it is owned by the ACT, but the company is kind of a separate corporation from the railroad, so it works as sort of a joint but separated idea that I had. And I had gotten really inspired by some layouts that I had seen, and I really wanted to start modeling this area. I had built this Walther's kit. Again, these are both, all three of these are Walther's kits that I had started building. And I'd weathered the tank and weathered this warehouse / shed. I'd put lights on the this building right here, and weathered the tank. Like I said before, this building is not done, but the area, the concrete pad is. So I can start to kind of show you some of the detail and some of the work that I had put in to getting this effect. I think it turned out really well. So this idea is They take in locomotives and they build them and they rebuild them, kind of like what I did. The idea started with this locomotive right here, this ACT GP15, which was rebuilt. It says rebuilt on the side right there here. So they rebuilt this locomotive for yard use in this facility, and I really wanted to model that. So on the track to your right is the servicing facility track. On the track to your left is a industry track that takes scrap parts that they had torn off locomotives and other stuff, and they put it in gondolas and they ship it out to be melted down further and to be processed further. So this area took me a long time to do just because of how complex some of this parking and paving had to be done. The embedment of track and the complexity of this scene really needed to be done right, in my opinion, and I think it turned out really well. This took me about a weekend to do, and this was all done with Smooth It and Arizona Rock. And then going around, there is not much else, obviously, other than the track, which is kind of covered right now with some just random stuff. But the track work is all done. I don't think you guys have seen that before. This building is temporary. This building is going to be on the website. I just don't have room for it. Well, I do have room for it, but it's just not something that I will be able to incorporate like I thought it would be. So this building will be for sale. I don't know if I'll put it up on the website this week, but if you're interested, please comment. I'll reach out to you, and then we can have it shipped, and but it will be for sale if you guys are interested. But the track over here is all done. It's all laid out. This is the south end of the yard looking back. The layout is dirty, and I'm sorry for that. I'm just messy. So I worked with this, and I try to keep it to a minimum, but whenever you're working on a layout, I hope you understand the struggle of keeping stuff clean. But let me show you some other stuff that I want to talk about that's railroad related and scale related, but not necessarily layout related. So the other thing I'd like to talk about, along with me putting this up for sale, this building up for sale, if you've been watching my grandfather's videos, you guys know that we had purchased about 224 locomotives from a couple that is having complications with health and can no longer do the hobby. But we'd bought a ton of locomotives, and I took about 30, and the rest of them are going to be up on the vintage trains or used page on our website. If you guys are interested, go take a look at all the locomotives for sale. But here's some of the locomotives that I am going to be personally selling, or not selling, but weathering and then selling on the site. If you guys didn't know, I do custom weathering, and then I do a lot of weathering for the shop as well. So if you guys are interested in having me weather any of your stuff, locomotives, rolling stock, buildings, anything, I do that all the time. I'd love to build your buildings, weather them, weather your locomotives, weather your rolling stock. Anything you'd like me to weather or do for you, I can definitely do to an extent. But yeah, so the locomotives that I have here are just some. I have this Suline SD60, this BN SD60, this Oakway Leasing SD60, these two Wisconsin Central SD45s, this Suline SD40, and then this TCW Twin Cities and Western GP35. Sorry, along with this SD60M BN. I guess this is an SD60M Triclops nose, huh? So all these will be weathered and up for sale pretty soon. And some of the locomotives and stuff that I have going up on the site that is already weathered is this BN let me set you guys down here. It'll just be easier. This BN C44. It is weathered. It has PTC antennas on the top, burn mark on the side, and then another BNSF locomotive that I did is this BNSF dash 840B. It's patched out. I patched out the BNSF, so if you guys like to turn it into something or just use it as a lease locomotive like I had been using it, this is for sale as well on the website. And then this Amtrak locomotive, I mean, it's weathered, it's lightly weathered, just dirty grime as it looked about 2014, 15, something like that. That is going to be up on the site as well for locomotives. Rolling stock, I have this TTX 60-foot boxcar with custom graffiti on the side. Oops. And then just awesome weathering that I really like how it turned out. And then there is this Intermountain hopper car that I had sitting here for a while that I just decided to get rid of. And then along with that hopper car, this hopper car has been sitting, and I had actually done a how to weather on this car. So if you're interested in watching that video, it is on YouTube or wherever you're watching this right now. It's there. So go check that out. And then I got just a bunch of cars that are going to be on sale for $40. And these are just some hopper cars that I did, and they'll all be on the shop for $40. I don't know the prices of the other stuff yet, but these are all $40 cars, and I think they turned out real well, and they'll all be on the shop if you guys are interested. They'll all be there. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, please let me know down in the comment section. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, just let me know. And or ideas of what I could do on the layout, because I have these two tracks, 4 industries over here, and I haven't really decided what is going to go there. I have a rough idea, but if you guys have any ideas, let me know, because they might be better than mine. So on that note, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you guys have an amazing day, amazing night, amazing afternoon whenever you're watching this. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and stay tuned for more content from me. If you guys have Instagram, check out my Instagram at Gavin Favor Productions. All my current stuff will be on there. Project updates and layout updates will be on there in the meantime. So check me out and check out the stuff on the website. Again, Fight for Hobby Supply, Gavin Favor Productions. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day.